Hey Brandon, how are you? How are we trying to? I'm going to come out here and try to catch me a big crappie today. And guess what? There's a crappie. Hold on, let me put you in the holder. Just a small dink, but he got both jigs. What the? The fish was hungry. There ain't no way. There ain't no way I was paying attention. I know that. There's one jig out of him, and the other one just broke off. That's ridiculous. Looks like a dime, 9 1/4. Let it go. Well, anyways, that was a good way to start. All right, I had an issue getting on here today. Yeah, I'm. The other day on my live, right before I went live, I caught a 14 and a half, 14 3/4, and the reason why I went live was because of that. So, but yeah, right before I got on StreamYard, it said that this will not be recorded, and I was like, "What the heck?" And it says that I have to upgrade my StreamYard plan, so I guess I'll have to do that later. Kind of hard to add that when when your credit card's in the truck. So, but I'm gonna go back up there where I was. I'm kind of drifting. I'm not drifting very fast, but I know where the crappie should be, and I didn't make it there before I tried to go live because I was getting close to time. So we're right at time now for when I should have been live. Hopefully somebody else will come in. I'm not saying that you ain't good company, Brandon, but we need more. I'm gonna set you back here, and you kind of we'll cruise back up there. I don't have no anchor with me, just my paddle and me and my rod. I made a couple buoy markers, so if I find a good pile where they keep hitting, I can at least throw a marker. But where I was getting them the other day is I don't know if you can see, but there's a double post up there with a tensioner between them. That's kind of the tension for the tension setup for the fin. But the other day I was marking them, or I wasn't marking them, but I was catching them right off that. We're about getting close. Probably another 30, 40 feet. But I wonder what it means when, hey, laughing cat, how you doing? Good morning. We're trying to catch a big crappie. Caught just a dink a minute ago. But what I was talking about, guys, is StreamYard said this morning that when I got tried to get on live that it wouldn't let me. It said I needed to upgrade or this won't be recorded. So maybe the only people that see this is the live. I don't know how that works. Caught a little 9-inch crappie already just a minute ago. We're kind of getting in that spot. Ooh, there's a one that hit the top right there. I like being in my kayak because in the kayak you can kind of wiggle and make them rods do what you want. Can y'all see everything pretty good? No, you can't see that rod. Can't you? Good. I need to get me a better rod holder. This This one does good, but it's fixed at like every 20 some degrees. Now y'all can see if that rod goes down. It'll still post a link. I don't know how all this StreamYard stuff works. I guess I'm going to have to upgrade, but it says most popular plan is $20 a month, but it wouldn't let me look at any other plans on my phone. So when I get home, I'll jump on and do a test. I need to get on with Avid. Said he'd help me. So make sure you guys go check out Avid, and make sure you check out Brandon and Laughing Cat and all that. Everybody that on here that Jack Everhart. Yak Attack has a good rod holder. Yeah, I know they do. I'm gonna make some rod holders myself. That's for the bank fishing. But as far as a boat, I kind of thought about I'd make one too, and then the ones I make for bank, and then just whack it off. But I want something and then bolt it on, to the base. But yeah, I looked at Yak Attacks. They seem like they were pretty good ones. I'm kind of being a cheapskate right now. My wife isn't working, and uh, I don't have a job. I just do what I can. Being in a wheelchair, I am retired, so we'll leave it at that. This is kind of that spot. We're about pretty close to where I was at. Maybe another 10, 15 feet that way, but there's no wind to really drift me, so I'll kind of have to do it myself. Well, I have the free version too, but for some reason it said that it wouldn't record this live, and I needed to upgrade to do so and get more stuff or whatever. But maybe I've gone too live too much lately, because I've done 3 or 4 lives in the last 7 days. Maybe that's what they don't like, because I'm doing it too much. But it's fun. It's fun fishing with y'all. Oh, my neck, my back. I been over too much. I'm just up off the bottom, as far as I can tell. I dropped it down, and then right there would be bottom. That'd be top jig off the bottom. That's about where I had it. I'm trying to keep you guys positioned out of the sun. Keith, morning. Appreciate y'all being here. Today, I'll make me some markers, so if I find those crappie, at least I can, if I catch a few, I'll throw that marker and get on them easier without having to drift on them like I was. The other day when I was live out here, I was having to drift on them, and I kept drifting over them. Everybody kept wondering why I kept paddling. Well, it's because I kept drifting too far. I was drifting from here down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rod posts, so 70 feet. I mean, you get 70 feet away from the crappie, they're not going to come and chase it 70 feet. But today it's like dead calm, and they keep busting right there in that one spot. And the the way the wind is if any bug comes off that bank, and lands in the water, it's being blown out. Like there's a bug there, there's a bug over there. I can see a bug over there. There's a couple here, and they're just drifting out. And these things, see, now that wind's catching me. But the crappie and the bluegill are coming up and popping them up top. I'm assuming they're bluegill, but I've always learned where there's bluegill, there's usually crappie. I'll put a link in the beginning of the comments if anybody wants to come up. If y'all want to share your channel, share your channel. I don't care. I just don't want no naughty stuff on my channel. That wind's going to push me just a little bit. It's only supposed to be 8-mile-an-hour winds today. And they're supposed to be coming from that way. So if I stay up here close, we should be all right. Oh, I missed one. Right there's a couple. About that spot I said. I got it dinking before I got underneath my leg, out from underneath my leg. And missed it. Forgot what jig I had on there. Oh, that's that orange head, tiger fire body, and yellow tail. See, I'm drifting still. Don't look like I am. Morning, Valerie. How are you doing? I'm trying to keep y'all out of that sun, but I ain't doing very good, am I? There's an airplane flying over, so it's pretty low. I can't look up though, my neck. Yeah, my neck don't want to bend like that. Well, I just bumped the crappie, but now I think I was further over though, wasn't I? There was a crappie. Y'all don't realize just with the little bitty wind, it's boost. And I don't have my anchor. That's why I made me some little floaty things. I poured me some fours. Well, at least this one's got a four on it. Took me a chunk of noodle and some 1/8-inch paracord. Hey, Nets, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. Wish I had another device. I can make some of y'all moderators. I figured out how to do it on another device, I think, anyway. At least I hope I did. I was trying to make people moderators the other day on Friday morning on my show. On StreamYard side, you can't see it. I'll get it figured out one of these days, guys. Well, I'm spending too much time in one spot right here. I'm gonna keep up close, but I'm gonna let that wind kind of work me a little bit. We need some action. Well, today the goal is try to catch a 15-incher. I don't know if that'll be possible, but yesterday we got close, or day before yesterday we got close. When was it that I came out here? I can't remember now. That was Thursday when I did that. Wednesday. I can't remember when I was out here and did my live and caught that fish. But we're gonna try for it today. Yeah, I this is my church. This is kind of I go to get my peace and be with God. So let's move over. Hopefully that sun don't get me off. If it does, I could. I'll maybe it'll be a better tide. Ever since I was running spinners the other day, that's fine. Still got a heck of a twist in it. Well, I don't know if y'all can see or not, but I got my new shirt on. If y'all want a new shirt, you can hit me up, doublehookangling at Gmail. We can talk about it. I gotta find that big school of crappie like I did the other day, even though it wasn't a big school. I guess they just bunched up. You know, with that rod up there, I know you guys can see it, but I don't like the way it acts. It doesn't give me my bounce. So I'm sorry, guys. See the tip very well, probably. And I don't want to knock my phone in the water trying to move it. But I like the bounce that it gives when it's out there off to the side because it just goes up and down 5, 6 inches, and that's perfect for teasing crappie. And out front, it wasn't doing my thing. Well, maybe we'll find them. Maybe we won't. That's exactly right. Most of my fish the other day came from that point to the drain over there, so we'll kind of just keep our distance from the dam a little bit, but we'll just drift that way and see what happens. With that front that we had come through, maybe they just won't bite. I mean, we did have one already, and then we had a dink. I get up here a little closer to the dam where it seems like there's a bunch of bugs. Just moving slowly so I don't disturb no fish with my paddle. Appreciate y'all being here. Even though we only got 4 in here, we got 4 good people in here, so most everybody's at church. It's all right. We'll see how long we go today. Just planning on a couple hours, but we don't get no fish. You never know. We have to change up with the tie a spinner. I like using my own jigs, but sometimes jigs they get things. Oh, I think that was trash. Okay, what I got going today, guys? Let's see if I can show it to you. This is one of the jigs I'm using today. I tied them up a week or so ago, and the guy that wanted them wanted some. He didn't want all. He didn't want 6 like that. He wanted 3 like that, 3 like something else, 3 like so. He wanted 4 different colors in his pack. It's fine. But I hope everybody had a blessed day today, this week. I hope everybody did good. Hey, look, lady, how you doing? We're trying to catch a 15-inch crappie today. So far, we've caught one that was 9 inches, but 9 inches is always, that at least that's a eating size or real close to it. Some places they got to be 10, some places they got to be 12. Here you catch whatever you want, but there's plenty of 10s and 12s here, so ain't no need to. I'm just trying to keep you guys positioned to where you're not in that sun. Got 8 wonderful people in here so far. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Appreciate you. Let's see if I can. There's a link if anybody feels like they want to come up and say howdy and help me read chat so I don't have to kill my bat. But if you don't want to, that's fine. It's all good. Y'all just come in, share your channels out, share your stuff out if you can post some links. I made some people moderators, but I can't remember who and everybody. That the other day when I figured it out, I started just pushing moderator on everybody that I know that would be okay. Ooh, Gregory got something. I hope y'all can see Gregory. See him? Turn it sideways, Gregory. He's kind of quite a ways away. He didn't want to get his butt wet in the kayak, so he decided to stay on bank again. It looks like a bass. Here, turn so you guys can see. He's right there by the red cooler, this way of my truck. It may be hard to see him, but where the crappie at? I'm in the spot I was the other day. They're really close to. Is that a bass, Gregory, or a crappie? He did. If he puts it in the basket, it'll be a crappie. I can't tell from here. All I can see is the shiny side. Yep, it's a bass. He's letting it go. Well, Gregory caught a nice bass on shore. Sorry you guys didn't get to see it if you couldn't see. All right. I tied up some marabou. Whoops, wind started. Tied up some marabou with pink on it, white tail. But I got a pearl white head on this one. We'll put it on here too, just to have a double on there. Hey, guess what? There's a crappie right there. Hey, my float thingy worked. What I got? It's a bigger one. It's a bigger one. Come here, buddy. Come here. I want to show the camera. There you go. There's a nice crappie. There's a fish for y'all. Sorry it took so long, man. But guess what? I got my marker buoy out too. All right. Well, this one's not 15, but that one's a 12. And just so y'all can see, let me get my back. All right. So there's on 0. Right there, his tail's on 0. He's at 11 3/4, and he's kind of sagging in. So if you stretched him like this, there's 11 3/4. And guess what? Guess where that fish is going? I'll give you a guess. I'm gonna take him to Crisco Lake and let him go. See, we're gonna put him on that. We're gonna set him down in there. I'm gonna hook the other end around my handle. And at lunchtime today, or when I go home and fix lunch, that fish is gonna be in Crisco Lake if I can get the latch without flipping my kayak. Okay. Now, just to show you, in the time it took me to catch that fish, everybody was wanting to know the other day why I was paddling so much. Can't see nothing, that sun. But anyway, everybody wanted to know why I was paddling so much. We have a 3-mile-an-hour wind right now. That's it. Now look how far I drifted away. See my marker buoy? That's how far I drifted away. So that was for everybody that was giving me heck the other day. But granted, that ain't a 15-inch crappie. But for most people, that's a nice crappie. When you go to tie your knot on and you're using 2-pound line and you tie your knot and the damn thing breaks. And by the way, that was on a pink head, pink body, white tail. Same thing I was using the other day. For some reason here, they just love that pink and white. Hey, lovely people in here. Now, I didn't see no guest thing pop up, so unless I missed it, if somebody came up and I didn't see you, fine. But I'll put a link. So just give me a minute. I got to tie this other jig on, and we'll get back up in that spot. I just don't want to be floating around in that spot, disturbing everything. That's why I'm trying to pay attention. Hey, guess what? I think there's a fish on that rod, biting that rod. Oh, I cannot see anymore. Come on, freaking 2-pound line. Well, that rock. I think there was a fish on there. Maybe I was hooked on something trash. All right, we drifted way away, but there was a fish on there. But when I went to pull up, I felt it. So come on, baby. The other day I used this spinning rod to throw some spinners, and guess what? Now my line's all twisted to heck. All right, we got back out here in the wind. It's blowing me way too fast. Let's cruise back up to our buoy. Yeah, you guys, people don't realize how far you drift in a kayak. There was something right there. I missed that when he tail tipped it or something. I was watching Gregory with another bass. Maybe I should just go put the camera up there in front of him. But there was another crappie that was right there. So maybe they got the right here in this channel. There's a little channel right here. Make sure y'all aim at that sun again. Hey guys, appreciate everybody being here. I keep missing crappie. I've had 3 bites that I didn't get. You know, you can tell it. And the one that I was trying to tie a jig on, and I knew I had a crappie on there, but he was a dink. He was barely bending the rod. We went that 15-incher today. Get back up here, bum up, and then we'll drift back out like what we did. That seemed to be what it was. Yeah, today we're trying to catch some big ones, but we'll see. You never know. Now we're back up here by my buoy, my marker. Wish I had an anchor. I left. Oh, I see those. One of them bugs got close enough. Now they're moths and wasps. Hornet. So how's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody's good. Oop, I seen a big chap. Where in the heck is my life jacket? After well, in Kansas, you don't have to wear a life jacket. I know I should, but I don't have one that isn't big and bulky. Oh, you are in the basement. Sorry, Avid. I see you.
See, you like leaving me in the basement. I see how that is now.
I know. The problem is my neck hurts so bad I can't hardly turn around. The other day I just was being, not paying attention.
I think it's the same thing. You're just not paying attention. You're more interested in catching those crappie.
I'm trying to catch this crappie, but I was just being chewed out by by Scotty B for not wearing my life jacket.
Well, it's still good to have it in the boat with you, even though if you're not wearing it.
Huh?
It's still good to have it in your boat, even though if you're not wearing it.
Yeah. Well, in Kansas, you only have to have one that has a handle. You don't even have to wear it. You just got to have one of them cushiony ones that has a handle.
Yeah.
And the thing is I could grab a hold. If I fall off this kayak, I just grab the kayak, and I float anyways. Because since I'm a paraplegic, all my legs have turned to fat, so I just float. Now, granted, I may get hit in my head and float face down, but
yeah, but still, you want something where your face should be floating up, not where you're going to choke underwater.
Yeah. I just had a bite and I missed it. This time, at least I brought buoy markers so I can at least know where I was at.
Did you make one of those buoy markers I told you to make?
Huh?
Did you make a buoy marker like I told you?
Yeah, I just cut up a piece of pool noodle and tied an 1/8-inch paracord braid around it and a 4-inch sinker.
They're the cheapest markers you can make.
Yeah, see, this has got a 5-ounce sinker on it, and then just paracord, and then I just shoved the sinker in the end to keep it in place.
The bank sinkers work really good.
Yeah. Here, I don't know if you guys can see it quick enough. Oh, it's flying over me right now. It's a bald eagle.
Yeah, he'll go after any fish that you kill and leave lay.
Yeah, last year when I was out here on my kayak, I was holding the fish up to show the Gregory on shore because he don't like getting his butt wet, so he stays on shore sometimes. And the eagle, next thing I knew, I just heard this, all of its feathers going, making that racket they do as their feathers as it coming to a stop.
Have you ever had an eagle?
There, I got a fish finally. Dude, that one's bigger.
Have you ever had one overhead sitting in a tree? You walked under and it screamed.
Do what?
Have you ever had one sitting on a branch above you and you walked under the
No.
tree and it screamed? With an eagle screaming?
Yeah, they scream all the time.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that fatty.
Try being under the tree when it screams and he's overhead and you're under the tree.
Yeah. Well, when we were doing the itty bitty kitty tournament, did you hear that bird that sounded like kind of sounded like a cat crying?
Yeah.
That was some kind of hawk that had a white face with a big black across its face and then brown body.
That was
around here they call them Seahawks, but I don't know what it is.
No, they're not a Seahawk. They're like a falcon. They're a falcon. They're good fishing falcons too.
Ever since I used that rod with spinners the other day, I was trying to get a measurement on that crappie.
I have a crappie rod that's a B&M.
That's 12 inches on that crappie.
That's a nice crappie.
What's going on the stringer?
I have a B&M crappie rod that has a measuring thing right on the back of it.
The crappie rod I got is it's the Wally Marshall Lose.
I like my B&M.
I
like my B&M crappie rod.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people use them, and they look like really good rods. How much are they?
Mine cost me about $45.
Ah! I just broke off.
I seen
that was a huge crappie.
I seen you miss that one.
I broke off.
Oh, okay.
He was huge. I'm only using 2-pound line.
Oh, for 15-inch crappie?
Sure.
You're brave.
Well, I just lost one, so now one's got a jig in his mouth, and I'm pretty sure that was 15 plus.
Like I said, you're brave.
Well, that's what I get for tying 2 jigs, because it probably busted that knot at the upper jig.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going after 15-inch crappie on 2-pound test, I would want 4-pound test for crappie, for those crappie.
Well, I'm trying to do it as a kind of a personal competition.
Yeah, but loosen your drag a little bit then. Since you're on 2-pound test, loosen your drag a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little tight.
Because you got that drag set for...
I got still set for 4-pound line, I could tell there.
Right.
And see right there, that jump, I don't know if you've seen it or not. But that little swirl right there, I bet you that was that crappie trying to throw that jig.
Aaron, he does have a double jig rig on that rod.
I did have a double rig set up, but I'm not doing it again because I'm not going to lose another jig like that.
That's all I fish with is double jigs. High-low jigs.
Well, I got a double rig set up on this other one, but it has my big crappie rod, my 12-footer, it has 6-pound line on it, or 4-pound at least.
I'm using 6-pound test on my 12-foot crappie rod.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm fishing from the bank and I'm casting out over beds about 30 or 40 feet from the bank.
There's one. And that's a nicer one. Yeah, that's nicer. Ah, dang it. I don't know if you've seen it. Did you see it?
Yeah. What'd you do?
It popped the jig out of his mouth.
Oh, so you gave him slack?
No. I had that rod bent over, but I had that rod bent over. I think it pulled out.
It could have if you barely had him lipped.
Yeah.
I know how those big crappie are. They like to barely lip it.
Yeah.
Mark, catfish and crappie tell you the same thing, so will allow. Those crappie will, if you catch them just right, you barely lip them.
Yeah.
Won't do much good.
Yeah. My problem is trying to, I'm not paying attention, I guess, fully. Because usually when I'm doing this, I have, my rod in my hand and everything else. But I was trying to double jig up just to, have a little bit extra better chance, on getting one on camera.
I know certain places where I go for big crappie. If I do a double jig, I know I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Because I know I can catch anything from 1 pound to 3 pounds real easy.
Well, my biggest crappie I've ever caught came out of this lake. And I don't know how long it was, but it was 18 plus. And it was I had a scale. It was 3 pounds and 8 ounces, so it's a 3.5 ounce or 3.5 pound crappie. But it was as big as a 4x4 post. It was thick.
Yeah, about 4 years ago, I caught a crappie as big as a 1 gallon antifreeze jug. So that's a good sized crappie.
Yeah, last year all my 15, 16, and then my couple 17s came out of here. My 17s, they were 2.5 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. There's another one. They're like right out here in this channel. So I got 2 barker buoys out. That one has held it.
Yeah, you're out there by ledge. That's where you're out there by.
Do what?
You're about there right there at that ledge of that channel.
Yeah.
Because as the water temperature drops, they're going deeper and they're schooling up and hiding.
Yeah, the water temperature on the surface is 63. But there's that crappie. If I can get it, I got to get it out of his mouth now. Now I got another crappie on the other rock.
Didn't you just
Well, I found out where they're at. They're out here deeper.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
There's another one that's 11, 12 inches.
The colder the water, the deeper they go.
Huh?
The colder the water, the deeper they go.
Yeah. Just means now I'm going to have dinner because now I got 4 of them. Hey, quit.
Yeah, I love my B&M rods. I got to get another one.
Hold on a minute, Avid. I can't hear you.
I said I love my B&M rods. I got to get another one. Someone Happy Gilmore casted one of my B&M rods, and I had to replace
Well,
it.
this fish got gill hooked. He inhaled to death. And I'm like, keep way, way far away. Get out of there. That's the only bad thing about these sickle hooks. When they bite a hole, they bite a hole. So, Avid, I have a question for you. Sorry I'm blinding everybody with that sun. I'll move in a second.
You're good. You're not blinding us.
My question is, when I got on StreamYard today, they were like, you need to upgrade. This session will not be recorded. Does that just mean that I'll get a link thrown to my deal and not have an actual video, or what?
No, you'll have the video until it ends. It's just letting you know you're running out of your 20 hours of free videos.
Oh, I got it. So I just need to upgrade then, like what they
Yeah,
want.
you can go up to the $29 plan and be perfect for you.
The what?
The next level up, which is I think $20 or $29 plan.
Well, the next level up for me would be the $20. What they said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The $20.
They said with the 20. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said the $20 plan would be perfect for you.
Yeah, because it said it had unlimited recording or whatever.
Yeah, have unlimited recording. You can have up to 10 guests on your panel.
Yeah.
So you can do crappie tournaments or crappie fish offs with someone.
Do what?
You can have a crappie fishing contest on your channel if you want. You can have 10 people up here, you can have a lot of things up here.
Yeah.
And you won't have to work. You can take the StreamYard logo off your screen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can put your own logo up there instead of StreamYard.
Yeah. Well, I've been wanting to upgrade anyways. It's just this is kind of forcing me now because I
I would have
will
said,
do more than 20 hours or whatever live.
but if I would have known you were on the free version, I'd have suggested you upgraded to the 20.
Can you say that again?
I said if I'd have known you were on the free version and you were going to do a lot of lives, I would have suggested that you would have upgraded to the next plan.
Oh, okay.
Because for people that are doing a lot of lives, 20 hours ain't much.
The $20 plan, it said that you got unlimited lives.
Right. You got unlimited lives. You got 10 guests.
Yeah. The only downfall to it is they want you to pay for the whole year at once.
No, you don't have to pay for a whole year. You can pay month by month.
Oh, well, on my phone it just showed for a year. I'll have to do it on my laptop. But I also still want to get on there and on my laptop and do a test with you. And I didn't have time yesterday. I was so busy yesterday. I didn't have time Friday. And then today I was like, I need a break. I'm going fishing.
Aaron wants to know if you're fishing a small lake.
Yes, it's 22 acres.
But,
and I'm right over the channel, which is about 11 foot deep.
I'd stay in the channel.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep working back up to my buoys. If you see my markers.
I see your markers. You just drifted away from them.
Yeah. Well, that seemed like that's when I was getting the bites, as I was just drifting away from them.
Oh, you know where your starter marker is. If you have two markers, take a second marker, and when you quit getting the bites, drop the second marker so you know where you need to be at between those markers to get bites.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, the first marker that I have up by the dam is where I got my first bite, and then my second bite. But then when I got those other two, I marked this other spot, and I did have a third marker, but I didn't bring a third weight.
Oh, okay.
But I think what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go drift up to my other marker and steal it.
And come back down here. You got a beautiful day.
Yeah, the wind's not too bad, but it's still a 3 or 4 mile. It's probably 4 now, 5.
It's not that bad. It's still a perfect fishing day.
Yeah, for a kayak, this is ideal, in my opinion.
I just haven't had no luck with crappie this year. For what little bit of days I had for fishing, I've not had no luck for crappie.
Yeah, I was going to bring my catfish rod and kind of suspend a live bigger bait for that, but I thought, no, it'd be funner just to go try to catch a 15-inch crappie. At least challenge myself to it anyway. I think I had it on when I busted, because that fish had weight.
Yeah, I think if you would have had drag set right for a 2-pound test, you wouldn't have broke him off. But if he had weight, you probably had the catfish on there.
Well, it could have been too, because the biggest catfish I've caught out of here is probably 12, 15 pounds. Been a few years, but I didn't have a scale, so I didn't weigh him.
Valerie says you're doing great.
Huh?
Valerie says you're doing great.
Oh, thanks, guys.
but I've learned that if you're finding spots where the fish are biting, you can put a marker there, and where they quit, you put another marker there, so it kind of gives you a point of reference where they start
Yeah, and that's kind of what I did. I'm gonna work back up here to my other one, then I'm gonna move it because I think it needs to be moved.
right. I'm just saying, from my experiences, that's where I've learned where they
It
are
needs to be
biting
over
it.
there.
So, which jigs are you using today that you hand tied? I know I won't give you
Okay, the one that I broke off on,
Yeah.
the one I broke off on was this jig right here.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Oh, that's my little fire tiger.
Is that like
And
a
then
pink in front with the yellow on the back?
yeah, it's yellow on the back, and then the center has got that green, black, or that sour trees black and yellow with the orange, that fire tiger pattern,
Yeah.
and then an orange head. And then this is my other one that I'm using.
We have Lloydie's fishing just came in.
I got one on, but he's not very big, but I got one on.
Those are nice. We have Lloydie's that just came in.
Yeah, that's a little one.
Oh, he's bait.
Yeah, they keep getting it back in their gill. I'm using too big of a hook today, I guess.
No, you got to remember, there's baby crappie like that. They got to compete with the bigger ones to eat.
Yeah.
So anytime there's baby crappie get it in their mouth, they're not going to let it. They're not giving it up. When you got a school of crappie down below you, you got a lot of contenders for one piece of food.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of little ones down there, but I got it out without hurting him.
That's good.
And now he's 3. Out here, there's so many crappie that are in that 10 to 12. I'll let anything under 10 usually go, and I usually keep like the 10 to I usually keep that 10 to 12, but anything bigger than that, I don't usually keep much. I don't keep much bigger than 14s. The other day, I was going to keep that 14 because I thought it was the only one I was going to get.
I normally keep them with their between 10 and 14 inches.
Yeah, that 10 to me, that 10 to 13 is perfect.
Because the lake I normally fish for crappie at, they have an abundance of crappie there, and they don't have no crappie limit on it.
Yeah, here the guy that this lake here, it's pretty much you catch what you want in crappie, and the more you catch, the better off they like it.
Yeah, because you're keeping them from crowding out.
Well, I think a lot it's because like you're just keeping them thinned out enough that there's enough food to crappie ratio.
Right. Yeah.
Like at my pond, at my own personal pond, that thing, I just had a bite, missed it.
You have Lloydie that came in. You have Emily that came in. And Brandon Outdoors.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. It's really hard for me to see chat my neck.
I'm reading it for you.
Yeah, and Scotty B, the whole thing with the life jacket thing, I plan on getting one of those ones that have the pull the cord and inflate it. Just right now, I don't have the money.
Why don't you just get one of those self-inflators so as soon as you hit the water, they inflate?
Yeah. I just don't have the money right now. The funds are what the problem.
Oh, trust me, I understand what you're talking about.
I just spent a lot of money on shirts that I need to get rid of.
No, you just need people to buy them so they can help your channel to where you can get things
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. If anybody does want a shirt, doublehooangling@gmail.com. Hit me up. I'll get you a shirt coming.
Either that or find them at on Facebook.
Yeah. They can find me on Facebook, David Lemon. They just need to find the one that has the most recent post.
If you need his contact, let me know and I can share it to you on Facebook. Share his contact on Facebook.
Yeah. But if I can get a few people to buy shirts, and my shirt, I don't know what everybody's getting for their shirts, but these ones I got to get 20 plus 5 for shipping. Some of these shirts cost me $7 to ship, so the bigger ones like the 3 and 4X and 5X, they cost me like $6. It's like $6.20 to $6.80 depending on where they go.
Dave, you know who the Bandit Frogster is, right? You remember Bandit Frogster, right?
Yeah, Froggy.
Uh-huh. She's making a special appearance. Say, kiss me. Ribbit.
I seen when some was that you? Who had the frog in the bag? The stuffed frog, was that you?
That's me.
Yeah, I seen that was yeah.
She made an appearance. Ribbit.
Well, I keep saying I'm going to scoot up there to my other one, but I keep getting bites. I'm just going to paddle up there and get it. I'm going to stop.
Froggy just made another appearance on your live today.
Huh?
Froggy made another appearance on your screen today.
Yeah. Well, I guess if I get anything going fast, my lines are at about probably a 40-degree angle. If I get anything this fast, I'll know it because it'll bend them rods for sure. If something wants to take it fast.
Lloydie just said I snatched Froggy. Yeah, Lloydie, I did snatch Froggy.
Yeah, I guess if I don't get a 15-incher today, at least I'll have dinner.
Hey, you got dinner already. You got what, 3?
I got 4 on the stringer.
Oh, do you flay them or do you cook them whole?
I'll fillet them. Now, everybody in my house likes them fried.
That's
so
good.
I just fillet them out. These fillets are big enough.
I like fillet. I fillet all my fish. I debone all my fish.
Yeah. Well, I like since I grew up in Texas until I was almost 15. I like fried crappie, but I like fried crappie with cornmeal.
Ooh.
And I make my own seasoning to a point. I do buy, every once in a while, Naomi will buy some whatever brand of fish seasoning, whether it's Zanarans or, whatever. Fish fry, basic generic stuff, New Orleans brand. And I mix it. I just don't like those powders and stuff. So I'll put just a little bit of that, like a whole bag to like 3 pounds of cornmeal. And I use white and yellow mixed cornmeal. And then I just soak my fish. I thought I had another one there for a second. I soak my fish in milk while I'm getting the grease up to temp. And then I just take it out of the milk and dip it in the cornmeal, roll it around and fry it. That keeps the breading on and you don't have to use egg or anything like that. And it's not a super thick coating.
I don't use it. I don't use egg except for very rarely when people want more of a crunchy, like a chicken chicken finger crunch to it.
Yeah.
But I don't use cornmeal either. I make my own fish fry batter. I like it because I can control the salt and everything else that goes in it.
Yeah. So I watched part of your when you was making the dumplings and stuff. I watched most of it as far as I could until I kept falling asleep sitting in my chair. And then I saw I was at first I was working on the Jeep, and then I went in and finished with watching you. How did it turn out? Turn out really good, did it?
Oh, it turned out really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it comes out great every time.
Yeah.
That's the first live cooking show I've done on YouTube.
Yeah, I want to do a cooking one live, and I did a catch and cook, but I want to do a live catch and cook.
Yeah, but you got a lot of prep work to do for cooking a live cooking
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. Well, I'll get when I do it, I'll have everything set up and ready to go.
That's what I'm saying. It takes a lot of prep work just to do it live.
Well, heck, just trying to do the tie and jig one takes me a while.
I know. You got to have everything handy and ready. So.
Well, it's just like making them, making my videos, the edited ones. I've got 3 jig tying videos recorded, and every time I go to start editing the one, somebody wants me to do something. And it just to do a 3 to 5 minute video takes you, freaking 3 hours to edit it.
We have downtown Ernie Brown that came in.
Hey Ernie, how you doing, bud? I heard he wasn't feeling good again. Is that what they said?
He got his deer the other day, and it had wasting disease. So.
It had chronic.
Yeah, chronic wasting disease, and fishing game would not replace his tag.
Yeah. Here they're thinking about taking us to a 10 a year limit on deer just to get rid of some of the population.
Yeah, he has his lower back's hurting him right now too.
Yeah. Here we're allowed 1 buck and 5 does, so you can get 6 deer in a year.
Well, see, we can get, I think, 2 bucks here and 6 does here a year in Illinois. Just to cut down the population a little bit. They want to cut down the population.
There's they keep bumping it right there in that one spot.
Oh, okay, it had a boil on it.
They're just like right here underneath me because I just got one on this rod that time.
Oh.
Oh, quit. Wait enough. There, little 10-incher for you. I'm going to run across a bunch of these small ones here. I'm going to move the buoy again. I don't even want to fillet him. See, all them other ones are bigger than he is. It's still early enough. I'll let him go. There's another one right there underneath the. Ha! While I was sitting there messing with the stringer, I got another one. Well, I found the school.
Are they big school or small?
No, they're smaller. See,
Oh,
they're
okay.
10s and 11. That one's probably an 11. Yeah, that one's right at 11. But them 11 and 12s taste good.
Oh yeah.
That 10, I wasn't going to stick in on a stringer, but this 11 will.
No, at 11 I would.
Yeah, and I use a metal stringer because then I can. I don't know if most people know, but with the metal stringer, it helps hold them down a little better. But you can take and you hook the first fish through his inside his mouth, out his lip, and the second fish you can put him. They can put him belly to belly, so you can double up on your hooks.
But see, I got a different kind of live well for the Bankar boat that I can drop off the side.
Yeah.
And it's about like 4.5, 5 foot deep. You just drop them off in there, and they can stay in there swimming alive. And
Oh, like a net bag.
yeah, it's like a live well bag that you can put them in, and they hook up to the side of your boat or off the bank.
Yeah, I need to get something like that.
And they can swim around in the water freely.
It also helps slow the kayak too when it drifts.
Oh, it does. It'll help slow the kayak.
Yeah, it don't take much to move this kayak or even stop it. I use a 3-pound anchor and I stop just fine. Even in a 10-mile-an-hour wind, it'll stop me to a point.
But see, this thing will drop down in the water a good 3 or 4 feet. This will drop down inside the water a good ways. So
yeah.
And it keeps.
There's one right there.
I use it for basically just.
Now that one's bigger.
I use it just for basically bluegill and crappie. And it works great for them. I won't use them for catfish though.
I thought that one was bigger. It's only about 11. Now, but I found the school. Now I have 6 on the stringer.
We got J-Dog in the house.
Hey J-Dog, how you doing? Like always, say hi to Mason. Oh, that was cold. 5 fish splat.
I live in southern Illinois, down by St. Louis.
Well, I got my markers with me today, people. And I found the fish. They're between that buoy and a little bit off past these. But they're not the 15 inchers.
You know they're in there.
If I go through here again and get another small one, I'm going to drift on a little bit more, I think. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, they're all 10, 12 inches. Come here. They're all good eaters, for sure. But they ain't big. We want big. Think there's a big one sitting in that pile that's like that?
It could be.
You know, I hate to leave the pile.
Hey, all you have to do is get the dinks out of the way so the big ones can eat.
Well, I just put that one back.
Hey, once you hook a small one, you ain't gonna get hooked twice. I don't think. Depends on how hungry they are.
Oh no, I've caught plenty of bass. You know, catch a bass, let it go, and an hour later come back by that spot and catch the same bass.
Yeah.
See, now I'm drifting too fast. I have to slow myself.
I'm drinking coffee.
Oh, what we got?
Another crappie.
Looks like another 10, 11. I don't know, you might go 12. Nope, he just fat.
Maybe he's fat. He deserves
See,
Crisco.
look how fat that one is.
Oh, he might deserve
Look
a
at that
little
thing.
bit.
That thing's an inch and a quarter thick, inch and a half thick.
What is he, about 10 inches?
I'm going to measure. Oh, my. He's 11.
Yeah, he deserves Crisco Lake.
That's what I'm thinking, as fat as that thing is. Those would be my fillets. Yeah.
Had a hard time waking up this morning, so I'm on my eighth cup of coffee.
Well, I'm having a hard time leaving this spot.
I wouldn't, not as long as you're doing good.
I mean, it makes for. Oh, there was one right there.
See? When you're in a hot spot, stay there until they quit biting.
Yeah, I found them at least. They're all right here between them two markers and just a little off. Does make for a decent live though, catching some stuff. Of course, it's always a fun live with everybody chatting. And when I don't have to kill my neck reading.
Yeah. Ernie, that's the best way to make coleslaw is with your homemade sauce.
Yeah, I need to get me another device, and I have a phone number just sitting on my phone account at my I have T-Mobile, and every once in a while T-Mobile or whoever provider you got, I'm sure other providers do it too, but they'll give you a phone number for free, and then if you bring your own device, it don't cost you nothing except for the taxes.
Yeah, the taxes and the service.
Yeah, well, it's just the taxes. The service with T-Mobile, if you bring your own phone or bring a device or just buy the device outright and don't have a contract,
no,
then
they're going to charge you for that extra.
They don't charge you for the service.
Right.
They just charge you the taxes for the service, which is like $6 a month.
No, man.
It'd be worth $6 a month to have another device to be able to read and have it up here, maybe even join in and have dual angles or whatever, if that can be done.
That's why I came up with a tablet.
Okay, now I'm going to turn back around.
That's why I have a tablet for.
Do what?
That's why I have a tablet for.
Yeah. Well, they told me that I could get a free tablet also, but then you got to pay like $10 a month for the service on the tablet or something.
Yeah, but it'd be worth it because it gives you a screen in front of you to where you can.
Hey, now that one's got a little bit better to it. Not much, but a little better.
He looks like a good sized one.
Come here, guy. Hey, quit getting me wet.
Hey,
I'm going to eat you now.
They want to share. They want to share the water.
And it's on that same pink jig.
Uh-huh.
Pink jig, white tail, pink head. That's what they want. So I think I'm going to take that Fire Tiger orange off and, well, maybe, yeah, because see, look, that's what are, get out of my boat. What are you doing? You're making all kinds of racket.
Do you have another pink jig that you can tie on the other rod?
Did you see that little dink?
Uh-huh. I was trying to ignore that minnow.
That was something got to the faster than the others did, and I don't know why, but
You have Keith Reed that just came in.
I guess at least they're not all that size, right?
Right.
You know, when you start pulling your crappie stringer up and it starts flipping your kayak sideways. I think we're getting dinner pretty well now.
I think you are too.
If I can get all these untangled.
You got a nice little mess there.
See, there's a decent stringer.
Yeah. I wonder how your son's doing.
Huh?
I wonder how your son is doing.
Well, I keep seeing him catch bass up there.
Hey, bassy just as good as crappie.
I don't like bass. I'll eat them if they're under 12 inches, but if they're over 12 inches, I won't eat them.
Yeah, but some states you have to go according to what the catch regulations are.
I know. Like in Kansas, they got to be 15 for you to keep in most places. I just don't eat bass. But I also don't like channel cat neither. Because they got so many parasites here. I call them channel rats.
Yeah,
I mean, I love to catch them, don't get me wrong. I do love to catch catfish.
Bass here, depending on the lake you go to, they have to either be 14 or 16 inches.
Yeah.
So you just never know.
Yeah. Make sure you know, and that's a good thing for everybody in chat. Make sure, or everybody that watches this in the future or whatever, make sure you follow your fish and game laws.
Yeah, follow your regulations.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys that if I see somebody online or something doing something illegal or wrong, I'll say something to them. I may not turn them in, but I'll be like, hey, you don't need to be doing that.
Yeah, because you need to follow your fishing regulations, whether it be for catfish, bass, bluegill, crappie.
Yeah, no matter what it is. Most everybody on here, you know, on YouTube, or at least most of the people that we all watch are they say they're Christians, or that they are, you know, if at all else, they say that they're good, honest people and stuff. So if you are, be that way and don't break the laws, even if nobody's watching, because he's always watching. Well, I mean, whatever faith you got, whatever God you got, that God's watching you. So.
Oh yeah, God's watching everything. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to answer for it.
And if you're doing bad things and crooked and illegal things, you're gonna have to answer for it. You may not have to answer for it to the law, but that wind's changed.
You never know. You'll have to, if the law catches you, you have to answer from the law and by the Lord.
That wind's really picking up now. I'm having trouble staying put.
Yeah, once that wind breeze starts going across that water, that kayak becomes like a sail because it sets high on top of the water.
Well, they're still there because I just caught one. Another smaller one. Oh, I should be lifting that fish up like that. Yep, see? There we go. I'll pop that jig.
What color jig you catch him on?
Well, there's that crappie. Is a little 9.5, 10. Oh, there's one. Anyways, I catch it on that jig. We were about flipped over. That'd been fun. All right, there's another small one. They're right there on this side of that piece now. So. Now this one is on that pink and white, like I was saying.
Yeah. The pink and white's what I call cotton candy.
Yeah, and they've destroyed. That one just destroyed the chenille on it finally.
I wouldn't
I don't know
doubt it.
how he tore that chenille up because I tie them on really good. That's the first jig I've ever had come apart on me. But that's the same jig I was using the other day, and I guess once they just get through so many fish, they just go, huh?
Well, as many times as those jigs get hit, they're going to start falling apart sooner or later.
Yeah, I see the chenille came unwrapped on that one.
But Lyle has a trick that might help you keep that chenille wrapped up together too.
Do what?
You can ask Lyle how he can keep that chenille from unwrapping on you.
Yeah, tie it tighter. Tie it better not. I see the problem. The right up here where I got the knot, the line came untied. See,
Oh, okay.
so it probably was one that I would, since I tie them for myself. A lot of times I just cheat and only wrap it 3 times with the whip and quit. But I can take that jig head home since the paint's still not busted on it. I can take that jig head home. I can cut that marabou and that chenille off there and just tie another one.
Do you put that glue on there after you tie that knot like Lyle does?
Yeah, it helps. But that's the first one I've ever had come untied on me like that.
Well, I can understand why. Look how many crappie you caught on that jig.
Yeah, there was 2 dozen crappie caught on that one jig. Without retying it, or retying the line or anything too.
Right.
So
Crappie is literally tore that jig up. That tells me you got a good jig.
I try to tie the jigs the best I can. I mean, of course, not all are perfect.
Oh, no jig is ever going to be perfect. Trust me.
Trying to tie this knot, I'm really getting away from where I wanted to be. Oh, I need to get some new glasses too.
Oh, you and me both.
I'm working on 5 years or something like that, or 4 years, maybe 3 years. I don't know. I just got these glasses like last year or the year before, but it was like a week before my prescription was up. The eyeglass place almost didn't want to fill it because the prescription was a week. It was a week or 2 from being expired. I was like, well, it ain't expired.
They just want you to go back and get a new eye exam before they do it.
All right, I got way away. I'm gonna.
Boy, that blew you way off course.
I'm gonna go around my buoys and come back in. Well, thanks for coming up this morning, Avid. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Sorry I left you in the basement again. I have a habit of wanting to keep people locked in the basement, I suppose.
I know. Hey, you're good at leaving people locked in the basement for at least 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I guess at least you weren't locked in the real basement, chained to the concrete floor and screaming for help, right?
I wouldn't scream. I'd be looking for tools to cut the chain.
Rip the chain out of the floor?
Uh-huh. Be looking for ways to rip that chain out.
Oh, no, you're a big enough guy. Anybody would have trouble trying to get you in there.
Uh-huh.
I had somebody the other day, they go, They go, "Hey, David, you're in a wheelchair. What would you do?" And I said, "Get over here and let me get my hands on you, and you'll find out."
One guy tried to lock me in his basement door, and I went through his root cellar door and ripped it off the hinges.
Do what?
I ripped his root cellar off the hinges because
You know the
he locked the upstairs door and barricaded it shut and says, "Don't worry, I just go outside." He goes, "How?" I says, "Watch." All of a
yeah, I
sudden,
got one of my I told one of my buddies that he needed to watch himself, and I told him, I said, if I get a hold of your hand, I could pretty much, crush your hand by squeezing it. And so that's the deal with riding around this wheelchair all the time. I'm always using my hands to grab my wheels and push me forward. And about that time, I broke another wrench because we were working on a car. I broke the wrench. And he's like, "Dang, I can't believe you just broke that wrench." I was like, "Yep." I said, "Craftsman ain't got nothing on me."
Craftsman, Snap-on,
Yeah,
Matco.
them Craftsman wrenches, I buy the repair kits for them by the 10 count because I have other good friends that, those wrenches are easy to rebuild. I have other friends that are like, "My rod's busted." I'm like, "Hey, I could fix that." Or "My wrench is busted." I said rod because I was looking at my rod. But he's like, "My wrench is busted." I'm like, "I could fix that. No biggie." I don't know what it is with them teeth. I mean, you put enough force on them, you'd think they'd hold, but I strip them out.
Oh, I've broken wrenches before working on my own truck.
That wind cannot make up its mind if it wants to come from the northwest, the west, or the southwest.
Normally at lakes, you never know because
Huh?
some windstorms are like the circle. Some storms are like this circle around you. Especially on a light breezy day like it is today.
Sorry, Avid, that fish was splashing. I couldn't hear you again.
I said on days like this, you never know.
Yeah. There's another one. That's a little small. That's like 10 and a half.
It's
Yeah,
still
that one's 10 and 3/8. I'm just going to let him go.
he's still a fish. You catching fish, that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. I just want that 15er. I'd at least like to get a 13.
Because I guarantee you, a lot of people online out fishing for crappie or bluegill fishing or anything like that are always looking to catch fish like that.
All right. Get back over to my spot.
Says you saw maybe
pretty
doing
quick
that
now.
watching.
Yeah, I want that 15 incher, but I don't know. Yes, I got that nice 14 yesterday, I keep saying yesterday, but the other day when I was out here last.
Yeah.
He's like 14 and can't even remember now, 14 and a half, 14 and 3/4, something like that. I measured him on my. I mean, the only measuring device I got is right here on my paddle. Hit it. You know you wanted it. There it is. Another small one. They really like that pink head and white body because now
Yeah,
I
they
just
do.
caught another one. back up to the 11-12s.
Nice
Now,
one.
here, let me get it turned out of sun. There you go.
Still a nice fish.
I know they're so thick.
Good eater.
Yeah, see that one's 11 3/4. So he's going on.
He's a
I'll
good
have a
eater.
stringer full in a minute. Because so
Have
far
you
I got 2, 4, can't even count. I got 8 on a stringer.
ever doubled them up on the clip?
Huh?
Have you ever put 2 on one clip?
Yeah. Putting them belly to belly.
Yeah. That's what I like my little live well thing that you stick in the water. It's like a tube. And you can,
Do what?
that little tube I was telling you about, the
Yeah.
little live well thing, you stick it in there, it has open top, you just drop them straight in, and it goes down about 4 foot. It works great on crappie and bluegill.
Yeah. If you can, Avid, send me a link to that on Facebook. And I'll look up what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll go back to Amazon and find it and send it to you.
Yeah.
You got them in 3 different sizes.
Got another one.
In as deep as water as you are, it'd help you.
Do what?
You're in deep water, so it'd really help.
Yeah. Well, it makes a nice live when you keep catching them. You know, nobody's going to get too bored unless they're just tired of looking at the same crappie every time. You know, the same size crappie.
True.
But that one's 11. So I send him back. I'm only going to keep them if they're 11 3/4 or bigger. That sounds, well, I would say 11.5 to 13. That way I can at least set some parameters.
Yeah.
But I see some, at this little lake that I'm at, you know, it's a nice little lake, and we do have a lease to it. So I mean, it's considered a pay lake. But there's 20 people that have a lease to it, and I do it because of Gregory not being verbal, and there's not a whole lot of people that come here, even though there's 20 people that have the lease. Ooh, what is that? Ooh, what is that? No, he's bigger, but he ain't huge.
That would not be considered a pay lake if you have a lease to it.
There's a fatty.
That's a toad.
Oh, dang it, David.
What?
I shoved my reel in the water. So guess what I'm doing again tonight?
Cleaning a reel?
Yeah, now my line is out there all hung up.
I know you'd be cleaning a reel, won't you?
Yes. Because I hate getting my reels wet. They just don't work worth a darn. But look at that fatty.
Oh,
Look at it. Look at how thick that thing is.
He's a nice little eater.
Let's see how big this is.
So what's the limit in Kansas for crappie?
There is no limit unless it's marked.
Okay.
That one's a 13.
Nice.
So.
You're getting up there.
Huh?
You're getting up there.
Yeah. I've got it. Man. I got enough smaller ones. I'm going to let him go. Should I let him go?
I would.
Yeah, I just did.
Be a good breeding stock.
There's plenty in here, but since I've got enough, now I got to take this rod apart because I'm tangled on my end, and I can't reach that far out. How are you tangled on this? And watch me catch a fish while I'm doing this. All right. Only problem with 12-foot rods, can't reach the end very easy.
I know.
Okay, let's try that again. It seems just like right off that last buoy is where the bigger ones are. So the small ones are between the two buoys. And I'm not a crappie guru or nothing, but I can find crappie usually without electronics. Just take some searching. And that's what people need to, electronics are nice, but if you got money, you can afford them, but
right.
You ain't got money like a lot of us just, it ain't there. But I did find a nice, everybody's been talking about that side sonar lately.
Right.
Mark and Lyle keep having their discussion on it. I think it would be great for finding crappie and stuff. At least you could identify the school.
Right.
But I don't know how. I think I would get carried away with it, and I would just pass over what I normally fish.
Yeah, that'd be the hard part.
Yeah, and they got a Hummingbird and Lawrence both have one for like $600. That's actually a decent quality for something smaller for a kayak. But $600 is a lot of money. I even seen one that's like $200 at the little kayak one, but the imaging didn't seem like it was all that great.
No. Ernie says he don't normally keep them under 14 inches.
Huh?
Ernie says he don't normally keep crappie under 14 inches.
Yeah.
Which is about right.
Well, if I had sonar and all that stuff, or even a depth finder, something that would aid in finding the bigger school, then, I probably wouldn't. I'd keep the 13 to 15 inchers myself, just keep over 14. But
I do agree with that, because if you're in a place where you have like a limit, you want to keep the bigger fish so you have more of a consistency.
Yeah, well, here's my philosophy on the reason why I keep the ones that are 10 to 13 inches more than anything. In Kansas, if you catch 13-inch crappie, that's a pretty common crappie. Even if 14, 15, or 16 are pretty common, they're pretty readily available here just because we have such high shad count. The downside is there's also 20 bazillion that are under 10. And if more people would keep them 8 to 12s, there would be a lot more 15 to 18.
True.
I've seen crappie come out of small ponds like this that are, 4 pounds and 18, 19, 20 inches long, some of them. And when you see a 20-inch crappie, that's a big freaking crappie.
Oh, yeah. That's a real big crappie.
Yeah, and I've caught 3.5s, probably 15 of them in the last 10 years. But most of them were out of my pond, and it was like 15 to 10 years ago. And then we got back into where we were not, we lost our tree covers. The beaver took the trees down 18 years ago. Mm-hmm. So that first 5 to 10 years, the crappie population was exploded.
Oh, yeah.
And then I mean, as far as size, I shouldn't say the population exploded. The size got exploded.
Yeah,
So
'cause
we
they
were
get
catching
more places.
crappie on a regular out of our own pond that were 2.5, 3.5 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that one.
Ernie says, well, now, in some of his lakes, 14 inches is big.
Yeah, like here, some of the lakes here, everybody's like a 14 inchers monster.
Oh,
But
yeah.
our master angler award here in Kansas is 15. And if I turned in every 15-inch crappie, I'd have, a bunch of master anglers. But
You'll have someone does on angler awards.
yeah, I know a lot of guys get hung up on that master angler stuff. And if you're into that, I mean, it's your thing, good, go for it. But
If,
it's not my thing. I'm not out to.
if I
I'd rather
told you,
share that 15-inch crappie with all you guys online than
oh, yeah.
have the notoriety of being in some computer somewhere for having a 15-inch crappie.
I tell you what, I have not participated in the angler award here in Illinois because I could have had that 4 or 5 times with the cats and crappies and bass I caught, but I didn't do it. To me, it's about putting food on the table. I do
Well,
I do it with a selective harvest.
I mean, as you see, I keep letting the 13 plusers go, but just because I don't want them. I mean, I don't mind eating them, but I'd rather leave them for the broody stock.
Yeah, I just
And
keep deciding.
if I only caught like 4 or 5 fish, then I would have kept that 13. But like I said, I got 8 on there and only need 10 or 12 to feed my family.
Yeah, which is good. That's very good, though. Ten or 12, you have a couple good meals, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. Here's my thing is if you get those big 13, 14-inch fish, those fish are also, approaching the end of their life because most people don't realize crappie only live 6 or maybe 8 years.
Yeah, basically
And
around 8 years.
huh?
Basically 8 year lifespan.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and they get their size in just the first few years. They'll continue to grow, but they grow. Whoop, that was a hit. They grow. They're like a dog. They grow their their length in the first few years, and then after that, they fill out.
Yeah. First 4 or 5 years they get long, then after they just start filling out.
Yeah. So technically, if you catch a fish in the first 3 to 5 years of its life, it's probably as long as it's going to get to a point. I mean, granted, they're going to still grow in length. It's just they're not going to grow as rapidly as they do in that first 3 years. Now,
Right.
you're going to have people on here probably argue with you, but that's just, everybody's opinion. I'm going by what the biologists and the fish farm have told me. So
Hey,
you can only go off of what you've learned or what you've been told or whatever. So
a fish biologist ought to know because he researches it and does a lot of studies on it, so he should know.
yeah, I
I keep in touch with my fish biologist where I fish a lot.
do what?
I keep in touch with my biologist on the lakes I fish, lakes and rivers I fish.
Yeah, I'm always for talking to the guys that shock. I know that they're probably just usually a crew that just goes out and does measuring and shocking, but usually in Kansas, there's a biologist on with them on that boat when they're
Yeah.
doing their shocking. And I've seen some fish shocked that you would have never even thought were in those bodies of water.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. I had one guy who was like, "Oh no, this lake was just filled back up." This was my little local lake, Kingman Lake, that I love so much. And I was like, "Yeah, it was just filled back up, but they did put brood stock in here, so you got a chance of catching something." It only been
Uh-huh.
full for 2 or 3 years, and I caught a 7 pound bass, and right in front of him too. It just happened to be like, "Oh, you're not going to catch nothing. You're not going to catch something," and all of a sudden, bam! And I was like, excuse me, I caught something. It's a good way to get them in their truck to leave. I just keep hovering around this one buoy kind of because that kind of seemed like where they was at. Now they just kind of, I don't know, maybe my yelling and paddling over them too much kind of spooked them.
Noise don't carry as far as into the water as some people think.
No, I'm talking about like the bumping of my boat and what have you.
Oh yeah, that can do it.
I try not to, in my kayak, I try to not bump anything. The voice, I could care much less about the voice. I mean, if you yell or whatever, it might do something.
When fish are that deep, that noise ain't gonna really bother the fish.
Yeah.
Now if they're much more shallower, then you'd have a problem. If they were like in 2 or 3 foot of water, you'd probably have that problem.
Yeah. They're tail tapping it now.
Uh-huh. Those are the ones that you caught before.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna drift kind of back the way I was when I got into those two when I was away from the two. Yeah, what I'd like to do is that for everybody that's in chat, I can't even see how many's in chat or nothing. It's so blinding.
Hold on, I'll tell you about what I see.
Huh?
You got 5 in chat right now watching.
Oh, right on. Well, I appreciate you guys being here. I know sometimes that being Sunday and stuff, there's probably not too many people out, and most of our friends are catfish people, and I'm catching crappie. So
Hey, I catch catfish, I catch bluegill, I catch bass.
if
But
it breathes water, I'll target it from time to time. I love catching carp.
oh, I agree. So do I.
I love going out and just trying to target carp sometimes, but I haven't done it the last year. Really, I need to.
I target carp for catfish bait.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is if you're a die-hard catfish guy, you're gonna be a bait fisher too, which means you're gonna fish for all the panfish also. You're just gonna do it for different reasons and maybe in a little different method. Me myself, I'm all about getting out, getting away from the house, so I ain't sitting there eating everything in the cabinet. And you get a little exercise, you get a little sun, you get some fish, get some dinner, get to chat with your friends. I wish we could catch that 15-incher, make everybody have a smile on their face with a big fish, but sometimes it don't happen. I think what I'm actually going to do, Avid, is I'm going to go up and paddle just ever so slightly like what I'm doing. I just got a little drift going on. I'm going to work past my other buoy and down that dam and see if I can get something bigger.
Yeah. Valerie says it's always enjoyable watching you.
Huh?
Valerie says it's always enjoyable watching you.
Yeah. Well, and since I'm paddling and constantly moving, it's a little exercise too. So.
Well, that's good, getting the exercise.
Yeah, there's quite a few of us who probably need some exercise. I'm not too big, but being in a wheelchair, 240 pounds is a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And with what I do, working on the cars and stuff like that, and getting down on the ground. This week, I've probably been on the ground 30 times on that concrete.
I don't doubt it.
And it's hard to get back up in my chair because I got to sit next to my chair and then grab where my knees to go, and then with my hands and push myself up and lay my belly on it, then turn and get my hip on it. And somebody was like, "Let's see you get back in your chair." One time when I was like, "Yeah, go the away." I wasn't nigh.
Oh, I understand that.
You're gonna tease me about getting in my chair? I'll sit on the ground until you leave.
Uh-huh.
I told him the only thing he wanted to do was see my butt.
Exactly. You know that.
But the other good thing is when you come to places like this, there's not that many people. You kind of get it to yourself. You don't have to worry about people coming up and being rude to you or telling you can't fish there. I'm to the point where I'm tired of people's aggravation.
Oh, I understand.
Like people try to take advantage of you if you're in a chair or something, or people in general bad people in general are going to take advantage of everybody, but it seems like they want to target somebody a little bit more that's in my position.
That's why I try to help people where I can, and if they want my help, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine. I just stick to myself and do what I do.
Yeah. Well, it's like that time that guy pushed me off the freaking dock.
That guy, if I'd have been there, I'd have beat the living hell out of him.
Well, if it would have been now, I'd have probably. I don't really want to say it on live, but I live in a constitutional state. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't have it on me right now because I'm in the kayak, but it's in my truck.
For you, I'd always be carrying that on you because you never know when
Holy
you're going to need it.
moly! Come here, baby. Oh, you ain't as big as I thought you was. He had his mouth open, sucking air coming up.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was bigger because he might have been wrapped around something, or there might have been another one on that other jig.
Illinois, you got concealed carry.
He's small, but he felt huge for a minute.
He's still a nice cat. Nice crappie.
Yeah, another keeper, but
I just can't believe I called him a cat.
that one's 10 1/4.
Yeah, I cannot believe I just called him a catfish.
That'd be good catfish bait right there.
No, I wouldn't care. I would never use a crappie for catfish bait.
Oh yeah?
No.
Well, I do, and I have. But here, if you catch them legally and there's no length limit, and you catch it in the mouth, now in a cast seine or a net, you can't keep them. But if you catch it in the mouth, you can use it for bait. In places where crappie is the main forage, because there's some places we go fishing that have big, huge catfish, as far as ponds, and there's no bait in there but bluegill. So you'll use bluegill. But other places we go fishing, there's no bait in there but crappie, so you use crappie.
Yeah,
but it's also a private pond, and it's you can do what the guy, whoever owns it, says you can. But in my life, I've probably only used 100 crappie for bait. Because if I have green perch, I'll use them before I will a crappie. And if you can see, this bank is lined with, this dam is lined with riprap. Is that sun in your face?
No.
Okay. Come on, biggin. I appreciate all you guys staying with me, whoever stayed and whoever's still in. And I appreciate you helping out of it.
You got 6 people in here, so.
Right on.
I do whatever I can to help you out, Double Hook. You know that. I know that how it is being on live and trying to read chat because it's a pain in
Well,
the butt.
yeah, and turning in the angle I got this phone mounted, it's just it provides such a good view off the kayak like this. But it's hard for me to read chat, so I do need to get another device. Yeah, over here though, there is absolutely no wind. Oh, I speak, and here's a little breeze now. Push me off. Yeah, this little lake ain't very big. It's 22 acres. It's 11 foot, 12 foot deep in its deepest spot. At least that's the deepest I've found.
Well, if you still are you still following the channel or did
No,
you?
I came back up here to by the dam. I was just going to make a little pass right here beside the dam, like I am.
Okay.
I just wanted to see if there was anything lurking up here that I was missing.
Hey, Joy's good to search. You never know.
Yeah. Well, I just run down here because I'm almost to the drain already. I don't know if can you see that drain box?
That's it.
And it's right now the water is just stagnant. It's not there's no inflow or outflow right now. We've been so dry. Of course, half the country's so dry.
Oh yeah.
See, we're so dry here. Even the poison ivy is struggling, and the poison oak is struggling.
That's good. When poison ivy and poison oak is struggling.
Yeah. But if you see the drain, the water's 2 foot below it.
I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute so I can get some stuff done, but I'm gonna stay here a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna. What time is it, Evan?
It's 11:21 Central Time.
Okay, yeah, I only got about another 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna have to be done with it anyway.
I can stay here another 20 minutes.
I just wanted to, since I was here, I just wanted to come over down here and see if there was anything down here. I'm probably moving too fast. All right. Well, so much for moving too fast, but I got a little dinky. There's a little one. I'm going to measure him. He's 8 3/4. It's amazing how from 8 3/4 to 10 is like double the weight. And Avid, you know what? I just realized I've had you up on screen the whole time. I hope you don't mind.
I'm good. You could have put yourself on full screen if you wanted to. It wouldn't have bothered me.
Huh?
You could have put yourself on full screen. It wouldn't have bothered me.
Yeah. I don't think of that stuff.
All right, later, Valerie.
Was she leaving?
Yeah, she says it's time to start cooking.
All right, on. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys coming in.
What I'm missing is
Chatting. chatting with me and keeping me company while I'm on the hunt.
What I'm missing in my fridge and freezer is fish. I get a day off and I just want to sleep. I don't know why that is. Oh, I do know why. It's because I'm tired.
Well, you work quite a bit too, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And it takes away from me fishing too. So
Yeah. I hear a frog.
that's froggy. That's a froggy notification.
So is Froggy in here?
No, that's on my phone. That was on my phone.
Oh, I just had one. There's a bigger one, felt like too. I don't know why I keep missing them dang things.
Yeah, Lloydie says Dave Avid's been awesome. Yeah, but Dave or Lloydie, how many people? How many people has captured the froggy? Ready.
Yeah, I'm going back over that spot. That felt like a tank.
Where you going back over again?
Yeah, well, I know he ain't good. I know that fish probably ain't gonna bite again because I had a hook in it, but it pulled out. There's a piece of skin on the hook.
Oh, you got a piece of scale?
No, I got a skin off
Oh,
the fish's mouth.
so that could have been a catfish or something.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it like it hit hard. And I am only a foot off the bottom with this rod, so
Oh, that's good. Lordy, how many people you know that has captured the froggy? Ribbit.
well. I've had 3 fish today that felt really good and just didn't get them.
Uh, that's normally when you can tell they short bite the
Yeah,
jigs.
yeah. I was even talking last night or the other day. Well, when you and Rustic was on with me on my show Friday, we was
Right.
talking about long tail versus short tail.
That's why I like the shorter tails a little bit better because if they bite short, they get that
Yeah.
hook. But compared to the long tails, they bite the tails and don't get no hook. That's just pros and cons. There's pros and cons to everything. To all kinds of lures and jigs and baits you use.
So what's going to happen is as soon as I end the live, I'll go to paddle back up and I'll catch the fish I wanted.
We got corn fed experience in here. Corn fed's in here.
Yeah, I hear these fish are actually, it seems like they're pretty active, but they are short tailing it a little.
Yeah, they're checking it out.
Yeah.
So normally before
And
that,
when they're short tailing it, it seems like I'm in a still drift. So the line's straight up and down. But when
yeah,
I'm moving, if there's any angle to the line, they're getting the hook up, of course, because they're, the line's moving.
I was thinking, have you thought about changing jig colors and trying that?
Do what?
Have you tried changing the jig color on one of your rods and seeing how that works out?
Yeah, on this other rod, I did change the jig color and stuff out, but I was actually just thinking about changing over and seeing if something else was on my regular rod, not my jigging rod.
Yeah.
Cause see, like I tied up. Seems like the white and pink was working real well, and I tied this up a while back. It's pink with same thing. It got a purple tail instead of a white tail.
Try that. See what happens.
But also I got this one. Can you see that one?
Yeah.
So I don't know, pink or orange, or I think I will try that.
Try try them out. See if they start biting more.
Huh?
Try it out. See if they start biting more.
Yeah.
Because right now they're short tail biting, so it may be that they're losing interest or
Also, when this purple does have a shorter tail,
right,
but it to its advantage too. If you can see, it's got a brass hook,
right,
so it's a shorter gap.
right.
Maybe that'll help. I
My
shouldn't say brass. It's the gold hook, whatever they are.
my experience is if they're short biting, they're probably losing interest, and you want to try to get them interested in something else. So
Yeah.
change up a color scheme and see if that will bring them more interest in it.
Well, there's purple on now, so
Hey, it might be that color change. You never know.
yep, might be. We'll find out.
All I can do is say change colors, see if it produce. If not, experiment. Yeah, corn fed came in.
Who did?
Corn fed.
Hey, corn fed, how you?
Yeah, tonight I have Robin C on as a guest.
Yeah, I seen that. She didn't catch any fish in the except for that. Didn't she catch? She got a.
She caught a perch and a couple of bluegill.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
She did. She didn't leave skunk. That's a good
I know
thing.
she caught a bluegill or what? No, yellow perch. It
Yeah,
was a
she
yellow
caught a
perch,
yellow
wasn't it?
perch. She caught a yellow perch and I think a bluegill. That's what I think. I know she caught the perch.
I guess since I'm right here by my marker, I might as well pick that up. I think I'm gonna pick up this marker and I'm gonna float off and see what we can get while we do a one last long drift, and then I'll call it for the video or for the stream.
I was gonna say this ain't no video.
Huh?
I was gonna say this ain't no video.
Well, that's what I meant for the stream.
I know, but I was gonna say this is a hell of a video if you got me up here in your video on a separate screen. I'm just being a smarty pants.
Yeah, it's all right. But see, this is all I did was just took my a piece of pool noodle, tied the rope through it.
Yeah. Hey, those pool noodles are really good for those fish markers.
Made it pretty visible, didn't it? Using that green.
Oh yeah.
Oh hey, why I am on here? I on my t-shirts and stuff, I ended up and went back and I had to make another order to get a couple extra sizes that people were after. So now I'll have all the way up to 5X. But there's a fish on that purple jig.
See? That's all it took.
But since I had to order more shirts and stuff, I ended up ordering some hoodies too.
How much you gonna sell your hoodies for?
There you go.
That's a nice one.
That one's gonna go ahead and go on the stringer because I need one more after this.
That's Crisco Lake there.
Yeah, that's where she's going on the stringer. Crisco Lake for sure. Oh, quick! See, look, there's a stringer fish. And there's the one more for it. I guess I'm gonna have to clean fish now when I get home, for sure. Because God knows I can't get nobody else to do it. You know what's funny is all these boys want to go fishing with me, my son and my buddy Mike, but they don't ever want to clean any fish.
Yeah.
Even if they catch them. I tried to get him to cook. Won't even cook.
Damn.
That's okay. Probably kill somebody if he did.
I wouldn't say kill him. You might get him sick.
Well, I was hoping we'd get a big one, but all we got was dinner.
Hey, dinner's always a plus.
That's why I called it In Search of the 15-inch crappie, not catching 15-inch crappie. But you know the good thing about when a body of water is low, especially when it's low like 3 feet, like this thing is, 2 or 3 feet. Actually, I think this thing's probably about 3 foot low. When it's like this, you can see all the structure that is all the way around the bank that you couldn't see before. And now I'm mentally mapping it so when it fills back up, I'll know where to go fish for bass and everything else.
Right.
I'll go paddle by this buoy and pick it up if I can get there. So what time is your show tonight, Avid? 7?
7 o'clock Central Time.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have nothing going on, so I'm gonna catch it for sure. I think I marked it to notify me already. Okay, I don't have no more markers out, so now we're just free floating. Only need one more fish to get dinner. I probably could have kept one of them ones I threw back, but like I said, I wasn't going to stay on here much longer. What are we running out time wise, Avid? I can't see it.
Over 2.5 hours.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to drift probably another little ways over here, kind of paddle back over to the truck and stuff.
Will you be safe getting out of that kayak?
Oh yeah, I got the boys to. I just paddle up as fast as when I get close to shore. I paddle as quick as I can, nose it up on the shore. Then I'll just crawl up to the front and get out.
The boys will help you, I hope.
I usually get a wet butt trying to get out, but I got leather seats, so it doesn't hurt it too bad.
True.
Kind of right where we was earlier when we caught that bigger one. Well, I greatly appreciate everybody that came in, and I greatly appreciate you, Avid. We'll have to get together in the next few days and see if you can help me do that whole giveaway thing on there. That's kind of what I want to be able to do. Is I'm not going to do a giveaway every week, but this week is going to be a busy week because Wednesday I'll be fishing again Wednesday, but then Thursday I got to get at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm leaving to go to Colorado because my son's getting married on Friday up on Black Bear Pass, which now I've been informed that they've got snow up there already. So they're only half the pass will be able to be done.
Oh yeah.
So, but I think this is a kind of a good spot for me to end it and let you go do your thing, and I'll just drift on over there and get loaded up, go home and make some. I might just record that tonight, kind of as a cooking show, do a little cook. I don't think I'll do it live, but I'll just do a cook.
That place that you get shirts made?
Huh?
Where's that place that you get your shirts made at?
I get my shirts made through a buddy of mine. He has a t-shirt company. It's called Factory 233, but online you can find him as myteamgear.com. He mostly does school stuff, business stuff, things like that. I mean, I guess it's a t-shirt company, so they probably all kind of do the same thing.
I'm just trying to find an inexpensive place to get shirts done and possibly hats.
Yeah, the ones I don't want to get into what everything costs on here as far as
later.
Bottom line and stuff, but when you and I get together and we do our little together thing, I'll tell you more about that. But he doesn't give me, he doesn't really give me a break. I mean, sometimes he does because he is he's kind of a sponsor. You know, he's my buddy, and he made my stuff, and he's given me some. You know, it's like some of my stickers were free. He printed them up for free, so you know that's kind of where the whole he sponsored me type thing came from, and so that's why I have no problem mailing out my stickers because they didn't cost me anything. So
Well, my stickers cost me a penny, but
yeah,
I still send them out for free.
yeah. But these now these orange stickers that I had made, those cost me, and those were like 80 some cents a piece. So when I give a stick, basically $1 after taxes and stuff. So when I give a sticker away, you got that dollar for the sticker, and then you got the time, and it's usually cost me about a regular stamp in the envelope I've been using hasn't been costing me any extra except for the stamp. But
yeah, my sticker's been running about 80 to 90 cents a piece.
yeah,
Where I get my.
In order for me to make anything off of my T-shirts, I thought $20 would be a good price for the T-shirt.
Oh yeah, $20 is a good price for a shirt.
Yeah, and then like I said, I'm having hoodies made. So my hoodies, I think I'm going to do my hoodies for like $40 or 45. I don't know what people are getting for hoodies anymore. But I think if I do them for $39.99 or basically $40, a hoodie's also going to cost like $8 or $9 for shipping.
Oh yeah, hoodies can cost anywhere from $8 to $14 in shipping.
Yeah. So I figured if somebody can get a hoodie for under $50 with a logo and stuff on it of somebody that you want, that's not bad because heck, most people are selling theirs for like $60.
I have a design. I have a plan for a T-shirt. I want to see what it's going to cost me to get made.
Yeah.
And
well, I'll send you a link to my buddy's store on private messenger on Facebook, Avid. And then I'll also tell you on there, exactly what I paid.
Yeah.
I'm a kind of a private guy. Oh, I missed that fish.
Oh, you and me both are.
I'm kind of sorry, I about dropped the phone. I had a bite. But I'm kind of a private guy that when it comes to certain things, some things I don't care. Like my truck, I paid $40,000 for my truck, but everybody can look and see how much a new Chevrolet Colorado cost in 18. So it's not no big secret.
Right. I agree with you. I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. But the thing is when I bought that truck, I also planned on owning it for 15 years. So I've got 4 down, 11 to go. And I just did turn over 50,000. So there ain't no reason this truck can't last me 15, 20 years.
Oh yeah. My Ranger's a 96 and it's what, 2022?
Yeah.
It's still running and it has over 200,000 miles and it's still running like a top.
Yeah. And well, the biggest thing is keep the oil changed, keep up your maintenance. If something starts leaking, get it to stop leaking. Get it fixed. Take care of your things. They'll last forever. These engines these days, they're made such tight tolerances. There ain't no reason you can't go 300,000 miles.
Oh, you can go longer than 300,000 miles.
Yeah. Well, I got a couple friends that have some, like 2000, 2002, Chevrolets, and they've got 600,000-700,000 on them because they, that's what they do. They out here to go from one town to another is 30 miles. It's not like 10 miles to the next town.
Yeah.
So, and when you get these oil well guys, some of them guys I know, they drive 1 million miles in 10 years, easy. And then one guy, he's got a 2017 Colorado, and he's already got 500,000 miles on it. But he buys a new set of tires every 4 months. That's how fast he goes through tires.
I know people like that.
But he drives down a lot of dirt roads. It just tears them tires up.
Brandon says, take care, double. So.
Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to end it. Avid, I'm not too far from bank, so.
No problem.
But hey, I appreciate you stopping in. I appreciate everybody else. Everybody have a blessed day. Go tie something, go catch something, go cook something.
I'm going to go cook me an upside down cake. Upside down pineapple blueberry cake.
Oh my goodness. That
You know
sounds
how
good.
that's going to come out, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. I for my birthday in July, I had an upside down pineapple cake that I made myself in the cast iron skillet.
I'm making this one in the crock pot, so it's going to come out really good.
Yeah.
I learned the way to make it in the crock pot, but I prefer to have them made in the cast iron skillet because they come out good. But I don't like to take the seasoning out of a cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, mine are so seasoned. I don't know if you could.
Oh, mine are.
I got one pan that is probably 80 years old now. It belonged to my wife's grandmother. She got it for a wedding gift, brand new. And she used it on a wood stove for 30 plus years before she got her gas stove. And every once in a while, we'll put that in the oven and with some, something in it. And then you'll just all of a sudden you'll smell a little bit of wood smoke.
Let's see. With the acids of a pineapple, it will strip any seasoning out of a cast iron skillet.
Yeah. If you use any kind of soap or anything, it'll strip it clean. When I clean my cast iron, I just pour a little bit of salt in it and rub it around if there's anything that's stuck. Or I'll just get the pan hot and I'll just pour a little bit of water in there just to steam it off, and that releases the stuff, but it doesn't. I mean, and I'm talking a little bit, like a couple tablespoons of water.
Oh, yeah, a couple of teaspoons, about 3 or 4 teaspoons in the bottom of a cast iron with something stuck to the bottom, and take it right off.
Ooh! Oh, dang it! I just keep getting that big. That one took that rod all the way to the water.
Talking to me, and you missed it.
Yeah, because I had to swap hands with the camera and grab the rod. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you, Avid. See you guys. I'm going to jump out of here so I can focus a little bit to get this last fish.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Take care. Have a blessed day, everybody.